Right now, our hearts are broken. Our hearts are devastated.
A night of prayer and remembrance almost 24 hours after the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history.
I want us to just pray that the compassion of God would flood our hearts.
A community honoring the victims who lost their lives, but those who survived still trying to catch their breath from the chaos.
We just started running. I lost my shoes. People were holding their kids and falling and screaming, and it was terrible.
Hoosiers who were in Las Vegas, back home, and reunited with their families, as others fly out there to comfort loved ones who risked their lives to save others.
She kicked into high gear. She didn't even notice that she was hurt until after.
Still, the question remains, why?
These past 20 hours have been trying, and we know we have a long way to go.
You're looking live right now at the Las Vegas hotel that just last night was the center of a national tragedy. A much calmer scene tonight as the focus now turns to helping the wounded and really figuring out what led to this massacre. In fact, within the past hour, police gave us some new information about the shooter and what they've uncovered so far. They now say they found 23 firearms inside of Stephen Paddock's hotel room, where he opened fire on a country music festival on its final night. 19 more weapons were discovered at his Nevada home, and police are still stressing that they believe Paddock was the sole shooter. And there are now no known threats right now in the Vegas area. And the number of people dead still stands tonight at 59, with 527 others injured. Since 6 o'clock this evening, we now learn more about the lives lost and the loved ones left behind. Among them, a registered nurse from Tennessee who died shielding his wife from gunfire. His wife, Heather, who's a surgeon, says he saved her life and lost his. Also killed is special education teacher Sandy Casey. Her partner, Christopher, saying tonight she lived life to the fullest and made him the happiest man in the world. And amid those stories of loss tonight, we're also hearing how so many people in that huge crowd actually stepped up to save lives. Our own Jason Spells is live in Las Vegas this evening, where a nurse from Indiana was beyond brave. Jason?
Good evening. As expected, there is a heavy police presence up and down the Las Vegas Strip tonight, less than one night after the deadliest mass shooting in modern United States history. And as law officials continue to investigate here, we're hearing more and more stories about everyday citizens becoming heroes. Take a look at this picture right here. This is one of the most shared photos on social media. It's from last night, and it shows a woman pushing a man in a wheelchair. That woman is actually a nurse from Indiana who now lives near Vegas. Larissa was at the concert with her 20-year-old daughter when the gunfire started and risked her life to help others. Her sister, who still lives in Indiana, spoke with Eyewitness News over the phone on her way to the airport. She's flying out here to Vegas to meet with her sister.
She was literally doing CPR on people who were already gone, trying to save them. People who she was able to get going again. People that were wounded, she said there was a guy that had like 4 shots. He was shot 4 times in his leg. And she said, I was able to tell him, you're going to be okay, you're going to be okay. Just put pressure on this, put pressure on your leg, and I'll get somebody over here.
Now, Jo says she was not shocked by her sister's heroism. Her sister actually broke her ankle last night as she was working to save others. We have much more coverage from Las Vegas coming up at 11:15. I speak with a couple of Hoosiers who were in town for a golf event, and they spent 5 hours last night on lockdown inside the MGM casino just a few blocks away from that massacre. For now, reporting live in Las Vegas, Nevada, I'm Jason Spells, Eyewitness News.
All right, Jason, thanks so much. We'll see you soon. And tonight we're also learning more about the suspect's past. We now know tonight that Stephen Paddock was a wealthy real estate investor who liked to play high-stakes video poker in Vegas. Police found him dead inside of his hotel room. Public records offer no hints of financial distress or even criminal history. But we do know his father was a notorious bank robber. Paddock's brother was shocked by what happened, saying tonight Stephen wasn't, quote, a gun guy at all. His motive is still quite a mystery. Well, reunions tonight here in Indianapolis as Hoosiers who were caught up in the mass shooting return home this evening. Our own David McAnally spent much of the evening at the airport talking with people about what they experienced. David?
Andrea, all day today we've been showing images like these of people panicking and grieving in the hours after the massacre. For 2 nurses from Indiana, a bride-to-be and one of her bridesmaids, it became a race to escape but also to help others. Home from the horror in Las Vegas.
God, I lost your girl's friend. Oh, my God.
2 Indianapolis nurses, 2 friends, in Vegas for what should have been a fun concert weekend.
Once the bullets started flying, we just hit the deck, got on the ground, and people were just laying on top of each other, and there was a guy that was on top of me that I don't think he was alive.
They couldn't tell where the shots were coming from, but the fire was intense.
We took the opportunity to, when the fire had ceased, to jump over one of the barriers, and then we army crawled underneath the stage of the venue and then got out the back way. So, but bullets were still going while we were still flying, and we got up to the venue, so we made it out alive.
It probably took 20 minutes to get out, she says.
There were a lot of people that we passed that, I mean, obviously we're trained. We knew they weren't alive, so you kind of have to help those that you can, and those that you can't help, you got to keep going. So they need the attention.
That was the hardest thing. Yeah. Both of us being nurses, that was the hardest thing, knowing that you could not help some people. We had one girl that had got shot in the shoulder, and we made sure we got her to an ambulance.
Karen Reeves Clark had a homecoming too, the hug from her boy that wouldn't quit. The joy, a stark contrast to the panic just hours before.
We were sitting down on the ground and we heard the first round of shots going, and that's my best friend and I looked at each other and said, hey, you know, that's definitely shots, let's go. And we immediately jumped up, locked arms, and started running.
Earlier in the concert, Karen was in front of the stage, but something that happened to her over the summer prompted her to move.
Right before Jason Aldean, we decided to go back and sit down because my ankle was bothering me. I had surgery back in July.
That achy ankle may have taken Karen and her friend further out of the line of fire.
The area we were in had a gate, literally where the security officer was saying, run, run, get out as fast as you can, and we were able to go through the exit that way.
The shots.
Very fast, absolutely. And we pretty much knew immediately, like, you know, it's an automatic weapon.
But now home safe. Some getting home tonight told us they're going to have to think a little harder now about going to big outdoor concert venues in the future. But then they added that they don't want this to make them give up the things that they enjoy, including Las Vegas. Andrea.
David, thank you. And because of the tragedy in Las Vegas, Indianapolis Metro Police and Bakersfield Fieldhouse are now planning to step up their security. All of this is coming ahead of a very busy weekend with multiple Garth Brooks shows. They are intentionally being tight-lipped, though, about any changes. And you know, as David just said, tragedies just like this would always bring America together for one cause to help the victims in need. And that's exactly what's happening right now. In less than one day, people like you helped raise more than $2.5 million for the Las Vegas Victims Fund. Those donations will be used to help the victims as well as their families. We have that link for you posted on our website at WTHR.com.